In this section, we're going to talk about state machine. And we try to keep it as simple as possible, so let's call it state machine 101. I have a machine, and it has few states. Let's think of a human. You may have few states. I'm sleeping or not. I'm awake. I'm hungry. I seek for food, or I already ate, so I cannot think of food. Well, some of us are more complicated than others. You may have different types of states. You may think of sub-states. But to keep it simple and to keep it machine, let's think of this drone. So this drone could be in a state where it's landing. It could be in a state where it's taking off and then hovers and then maybe flies fast or slow or cinematics. And then I could operate it to land, and maybe landing would have few substates. Try to seek for a good landing position, start descending, and at the final stage maybe look for the accurate position, or maybe wait a little bit and then descend and then move to a different state of landed or on the ground. So you may think of few more states that this DJI drone may have. Maybe a state which is no GPS or has GPS signal, or maybe it has few of those, weak GPS signal. It might be flying and then move to a low battery state, or maybe it's been able to detect that it's in a low ground or low light and move to low ground or low light state. Another state which might be important is lost communication. Whenever it has a loss of link to the remote control, it might operate in a certain way, such as return to home, which is a state. Summarize this notion. We have a state and we have a function that moves from one state to another. This function is mostly about getting the sensory data, as mentioned in the previous sections, somehow compute them or take their essence from the sensory data and decide whether I need to move to a different state. And each state has relatively a simple set of commands to perform. For more details, and in order to gain a better understanding of how you implement it and how you program those state machines, we will move to the next section where we're going to demonstrate it in a mission planner.